Welcome into Taco Bowler Gaming. My name is Taco Bowler, and today we have a new campaign beginning in Hearts of Iron 4. And we're going to be playing as Brazil. We have a couple of goals here in this campaign. The primary goal is going to be snakes on a plane, as Brazil capture Rome with paratroopers, which means we have to capture Lazio using paratroopers, which means we're going to have to do paratroopers, we're going to have to do transport planes, we're going to have to do... Should be it. The Allies should get air superiority there. And since we're going to be in the Allies, and we are going to be in the Allies, I'm going to try to get, this time it will stick, as any Allied nation and a faction with a democratic Britain enforce a peace deal in Germany that disarms the Rhineland and makes it a demilitarized zone. I think it's going to be a lot harder than this one. This one seems, from what I can see from other people, seems like it's just going to be a thing. Basically, I didn't want to play Italy back-to-back, and nothing defensive sounded good, so here we are. It is possible that someone like a Venezuela or Peru will actually join the Axis when we wind up at war, so we could wind up fighting over here, so that's a thing to be concerned about, but that's the basic idea of what we're doing here. Obviously, you only have two slots as a miner, like Brazil is, so I'm just going for the research speed here and going for construction first. We're going to be going for construction all the way down here as fast as we can, and trying for some of that. This stuff seems like it's not that big of a deal for us too quickly, so we're going to be worried about that later. So I'm not sure I'm going to read all of these here because it is just the generic focus tree. And by the way, South America needs a lot of work frankly in both EU4 and Hearts of Iron 4, but it needs a lot of work in Hearts of Iron 4. There are a lot of interesting countries over here: Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, even Brazil for sure. Brazil has at least one, if not two, achievements. Colombia has an achievement on it. These need focus trees. Paradox. The generic focus tree for Brazil is embarrassing. And I think that Colombia has it too. Yeah. These need focus trees. Sorry. Soapbox over. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to read all these here. They're generic stuff, right? Focus on our political efforts to building the civilian industry in a great leap forward. We're going to try and do that here. We have all those are already together, and this... frankly, I'm just going to get rid of the airplanes. We'll figure it out later on that front. So, yeah, we're just going to go here. We have 7 divisions. I don't have another one being trained. Do I have any commanders? I do. I do have commanders. We have a forest guy and a jungle guy. Okay. I'm not actually too sad for either of these. We'll see which one. I think I would want eventually to promote that one, which would mean that we need this one to be assigned to the army. And yeah, so we're going to be pretty generically dealing with things. I know Venezuela has a tendency to join the Axis, Peru a lot less often, but who knows? With the Allies coming in down here, us joining the Allies at some point, maybe they'll join right in it. I don't know. The thing is, I can't preempt any of those because I can't create world tension and then join the Allies. That's just not something that happens, so... I think that we can get the Democratic Reformer in any... generic focus tree, so we'll do that. And I'm not going to worry about spies or anything. I don't need to worry about that, I don't think, in this game. As much as I typically love the spy game, I don't think I need to worry about that. Italy has already moved to annex the Sultanate of Ausa. And this is generic, not generic, historic focus trees, so all of that stuff going on just fine. And I am building some more civilian factories here to start. And obviously we've got that going I don't know. I can get to partial mobilization as is. So that might be actually the first thing to spend. Might actually be worth going down the political effort quicker. Because if I get over here, I do have enough political power to get both the Democratic Reformer and that quickly. But actually, yeah, I don't need the Democratic Reformer yet. I've got 3 years to get over 50%. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. For this one, I can get to limited conscription. Okay. We can do this as a democracy, too. Okay. Not to matter, but we're going to get that one first anyway, so. And we're actually pretty solid on political power happening here. So, construction effort. Thank you. Good for Turkey. Civilian industrial capacity may not be underestimated when war looms over the world. 1. Even the generic tree needs updating. In comparison to some of these other trees, the power they have. I have 30 now. Is that enough? No, I need 40. Okay. So, you know, as any kind of miner, if you specialize, I think you can do pretty well. At the moment, I've just done convoys here. I'm thinking that this will probably not go very far, although it's good. I won't be adding to this in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to specialize in submarines. They're just going to have to be protected by the British. Which I would hope that they can be. Eventually. Yeah, we're going to research speed. Continue down that path, I think. I think that's the best plan. We will need to get this, you know, as high as we can right here. Because we need to get some out in the field in order to get the paratroopers recruited. We can go down and get the special forces down here, which gives the capacity multiplier, but eventually we're going to have to get that. So we are going to have to deal with that. Hopefully the Axis doesn't take any of this stuff here. We'll see. Move that. Hopefully that'll stop any sound going through. All right, let's promote you. And I think defensive, I think, is going to matter here. I would like logistics wizard, but I can't get this. While using battle plans. Okay. Eventually you can. I'm going to go... I can't do any anyway. Construction effort 2. Continuing to expand our factories will allow us to speed up production for goods for trade and further construction efforts. That is true. Partial mobilization. Go. That brings us to 14 factories. So we've gained 3 factories between the one focus and switching over to partial mobilization. So I'll take that, I guess. I'll take it, I guess. We will eventually need some military factories. Because we're slightly down on infantry equipment. We're making 1.4 per day. But I am trading for steel, I think, with the U.S. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have some steel there. So we'll make that work. I wonder, how do you do transport planes? What is a transport plane? In the new patch. Oh, transport plane. Found it. Okay. Well, in that case, let's get rid of the train. Start making some transport planes. Oh, we need aluminum. I'm going to go ahead and trade for it. All right, I'm going to go construction 2 ahead of time. If I've got that benefit, I'm going to try to do that. We're going to try to get some industry going through those kind of processes. And I think that we'll go ahead and do that. So that came from that, I assume. Maybe it came from this, actually. Yeah, it came from that. Works for me. All right, so Rio de Janeiro would gain a couple of infrastructure, so we can build in that. After that, and then we'll, of course, head right over here for some more civilian factories. And then I think... You know what? Yeah, we'll run all the way down to there and then go back for the military. It will be okay, I think. A country without proper infrastructure cannot pursue advanced projects or constructions. That's true. The good thing about this series is that we should be able to quickly move right into the war, and we should be relatively focused on small areas for the war. I should also mention that I think, if I'm right, this is the first week, maybe the second episode, but the first week in the month of November for Hearts of Iron 4. So if you are just watching the Hearts of Iron 4 on this channel, welcome to November in Taco Bowler Gaming. I am participating in something called National Novel Writing Month, or NaNoWriMo, and what that is people who like to write, or are crazy, or both. We are trying to write 50,000 words of a novel in a rough draft, something. It doesn't have to be great words, just 50,000 words of a book of some kind, and trying to write that in the month of November. It's just basically one of those things we just get it off out of our head and onto the page. And so I am doing that. I do that every year in November. Usually I'm successful. Last year I was not, but usually I'm successful at that. And so I'm hopeful that I'm going to be successful now. But what that means is that this episode, as well as everything from the Rome, was completed early. We're in the middle of October right now as I record this, and everything for the month of November all the way through December 4th will be recorded in the month of October. So feel free to comment. I will respond to comments because I can do that pretty easily. I will respond to comments, but if you are giving me suggestions, they will be taken in the next campaign, or if this campaign goes longer than November, then maybe at the very end of the campaign or something, they might be acknowledged, but they won't show up on the actual videos, but I do read them, and they will inform gameplay decisions going forward. So something to note and to remember here. I'm half inclined to try and send some attaché over here. No, they won't accept anyway. Never mind then. We'll just save up. I don't think we can... Well, we can get political... That's a thing there. Yeah, not too many great things as per usual. Out of here is what it is. We'll go ahead and grab a democratic reformer as quick as we can. There we go. And now we will do this. Expansion of our infrastructure network has significantly improved our capacity for construction. Some more construction. I'm really going heavy into that. I'm wondering if I'm slightly off because it went down to 0. I wonder if it didn't, stay that way. As far as the offensive line here, I mean, we're unlikely to actually manage to hold off Venezuela. It would be a defensive war to start if Venezuela joined in, but we could have a South American side to the war here, which I would welcome. The U.S. would come in and save our butts. But if that happened, we would need to worry about the railway up to Venezuela. That's a thing. Namely because it's not a thing. We'll start here. That, and that's got a naval base supply. I think connecting these is not the end of the world. Along there. We'll go ahead and let that construction happen right there. And I'm going to wait on constructing a supply hub in the northern Amazon for now. But we'll at least get those two things going here. And the other thing we need to do is we need to open up political discourse right here. But we got to wait for that to be open. But yeah, whenever we do decide to build the supply hub, we will definitely reorganize the railway system ahead of that. That is a necessary thing to be doing there, for sure. Wait, how many is only 30 days saved? Okay. Alright, I think basic machine tools is fine. And then let's go ahead and research. No, we're gonna wait on paratrooper 1. We don't need that either. We probably need submarines at this point. No, we have 1936s. Okay. Literally have everything I want except for these. Okay then. Engines. Go for that. Because I decide medium or heavy. Or I guess light, but I should be able to do light actually. As long as they've got the engines and to extend the range, we should be able to hit from around here. If I do light. Should work itself out. Alright. Extending our infrastructure further will enable the transports and communications necessary for high-tech clandestine projects and stop engines. Well, I guess we haven't done that yet, actually. We'll keep the engines going. Yeah, we'll keep it going. It will be okay. It will be okay. I like how Venezuela has one troop here, and because of the supply, they don't think it's winnable. Literally just because of the supply. But I think South America would be so much more interesting if I could get... The focus tree could give me war goals on some of these places. Particularly like Colombia, Venezuela, Peru. Those countries. But even Brazil. You could have a focus tree that could develop the Amazons. So much you could do that they're not. So much you could do that they're just not doing. So now I gotta figure out what do I want to do next. We don't need more manpower at the moment. That's fine. Guess we could popular figurehead. No, I think that's right. We need some officers, don't we? To the army. Army drill? Army defense. Alright, so the extra research slot is 1, and then we need the factories for this one. Alright, Air Force after that. Night operations? No, the air superiority. Which is interesting that it says ground support, but it's not. It's air superiority. It's not ground support betterment. Interesting. But yeah, building planes. I think that's a good thing. We'll put 1 still on support, but that's fine. But yeah, building planes. Because not only do we need to do that, but that gives us war participation. Right now, my thought is that we'll get through, we'll win the war with the Allies, all that jazz, and then I'll just put all political power I've got toward demilitarizing the Rhineland, because we actually need to not just demilitarize the Rhineland, right? Disarms and makes it a demilitarized zone. So, yeah, there's things that need to happen here. Alright, it still doesn't have great supply over here. I think I'm going to build that up there. We'll make it work. Our industrial expansion and other recent advances might allow us to conduct more R&D in parallel. But after that, I do think building some militaries going to be worth it. I don't know when or if Venezuela will join. But I'm wanting to keep whatever troops I do wind up recruiting, I want to keep them back there. Alright, so I do think, yeah, we'll go with the small airframe, and hopefully we can expand the range through the engines and stuff. Range improvements, there it is. So we'll need to do that too. And then it's fighters all the way. We're not going to worry about bombers or anything. So we need some of the weaponry as well. Fun times. One of the reasons we're rushing down toward that extra research slot is that reason right there. Democratic opposition forming. Oh right, we need to get that there. We're up to 21. Let us get that there. Because I don't want a civil war, in part because that's world tension. And in part because it's all sorts of fun stuff. Alright, I don't think we need to do any of this stuff. We could discredit the government. Do that as we get further along. To some point, this daily change will go down. That's less desirable. So, we can definitely do concentrated way over here. I'm not worried about German planes getting down to bomb Brazil. Don't think I have to worry about that. But I think we'll go those 18 days to finish that out, and then we'll call it good. I think first off we have to get some production up on the guns. We're not ready to build those planes yet anyway, so look at that. Because we have to get regular troops out in order to get paratroopers out. So we'll go down here and then probably try and do that. Liberty Ethos, yep, Democratic's fine, and then intervention focus. All that, none of that is blocked out if you're Democratic, so yep, we're good. Oh, hey, there's another research slot. Nice. But I am going to stop it right there, and I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time.